Hello and welcome to episode four of the ShanksCast. We want to thank you guys again for tagging along. Excuse me, that was a really bad time to have gas. I want to thank you guys for tagging along and watching and listening. Oh my gosh, apparently I just chugged a whole thing of something. I'm dying right now. Take two. Thank you guys for joining along. So the ShanksCast is just something that we just are using as an outlet to chat. Victoria and I are just talking about things that have pertain to us, pertain to you guys. If there's any advice we can lend, we try and do that. Common questions we get. Which I've done this for 14 years, so I have tons of frequently asked questions. And but we want to thank you guys for watching and listening to us on the podcast. We are on Spotify. I don't know if we have Apple figured out yet, but you have to apply. Waiting on that. But this is it's been pretty fun so far. It's kind of nice. We do it on we always film them on Thursdays because our oldest daughter is at school and goes to her parents after that. So we have a free
Thank you, Mom and Dad.
Yeah. Shout out to grandparents, man. That's kind of why we moved back from California. That was one of the many reasons why I moved back, but that was a good move for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, if you guys are
Don't
wondering,
regret that at all.
if you need to stay close to family, if you ever plan on having kids, you definitely need to stay close to family. I've heard through the grapevine that not having family around is the worst thing.
As long as you have good family, yeah. But
I guess there's But do we have a topic for today?
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about car giveaways, and why 5'3" Evan Shanks is stopping. Or has stopped at this point doing car giveaways.
Which, by the way, I don't know. By the time this has gone out, we probably have chosen. I would assume.
Yeah, I'll do.
We've chosen it. Okay. But yeah, the 330i giveaway was the last giveaway we did. I wanted the last giveaway to be something that's like you guys can actually drive and use. But yeah, I'll dive right into it. And I want to come out and say, I said this on the last podcast. Nothing I ever say here is like a slight to anybody or like an accident, like a jab. I might say some stuff that's maybe controversial at times, but this is all just me talking, and I'm a reasonable guy. If I hurt somebody's feelings, just let me know. I'm not ever trying to be mean here.
We never want to stir up drama.
I will say I am very, very, very misunderstood.
Yes, you are.
I say things that like don't mean anything like what it is perceived.
I can't believe you.
And it's like I'm like, dude, can we be civil? Just talk to me, man. Like Anyways, very common for me to just be very misunderstood, and that's always been a thing, and I don't understand why. But that's it. Thank you guys for not misunderstanding me. If you haven't misunderstood me, it's probably my sense of humor. I'm such a. I think. It's not,
is it dry? I never know.
I have a dry sense of humor, but also it's not like Michael Scott dry. It's like, I sometimes come across as like, I can't tell. As people probably think, I can't tell if this dude's kidding or not.
No, there's sometimes I don't know if you're kidding or not. You'll say stuff and I was like,
if I say something dumb, I am definitely kidding. My IQ might be in the 30s, but I'm smart enough to know when I'm kidding.
Yeah. But no, that's so funny that you say that because so many people get pissed off by you and you're like, wait, what did I do?
I don't ever mean to. And it's really frustrating to me because I am genuinely, I like to think I'm one of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Oh my gosh, you are.
Yeah, it's tough.
And
I'll say some stuff.
You love everybody so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's always funny, not funny, but I always hate this, people say like I'm racist or a bigot or this or that. And it's like, dude, you guys don't even know me. I just said something silly on Instagram or like, something that I'm convicted about. But it's like, I don't hate anybody, dude.
No. Oh gosh,
That is dumb. But anyways, let's move on.
Back to the topic.
So we're talking about bigotry today. No.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to talk about the giveaway thing, I guess, because
a lot of people want to know why we're stopping.
Yeah, and actually a lot of companies that I've kind of worked with, they've asked why as well. So I guess we haven't filmed the video for the main channel yet, so I'm just going to talk.
I'm going to kind of put them.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to say everything that I was going to say, and then I'll probably give it a summary.
Yeah.
So giveaways started as a very unpopular thing probably like
2018, 2019.
4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
6 years ago. And it was a really weird thing because this was before, and I'll say it now. One of the big reasons why is because it's so oversaturated now.
Oh my gosh.
It's unbelievable. It was really cool in the beginning, but it's like, dude, everybody and their mother has started a giveaway company.
When it's
and all you see on Facebook is giveaway. And it's like, oh my God, how many?
There's companies that I'll see and I'm like, who even are you? But they've paid for sponsored spots on Facebook or Instagram. And they're like, enter to win our giveaway.
It's like, it's wild. And I mean, it's what's crazy to me is it has become a legit business.
Yeah.
For some people. Like, it's not about the clothing. It's not about the apparel or the merch. It is literally about
gambling.
Making so much money off of dudes that are addicted to gambling. And I want to come out and say that was never the original intent for us. I always thought that the giveaway thing was a really cool way to connect with your audience, make a short video series, and get people wearing your clothes. Get people wearing merch. My biggest thing was I want you to wear my merch. I want you to wear this shirt or whatever shirt out in public every day.
Well, and I thought it was cool from my perspective of like, hey, we're going to give one of your subscribers a car. Like, that's cool.
Yeah. And this was also back, like, when we did the Evo 10. How it started was, it was a gamble for us. The people who were doing the giveaway, it was a gamble for us because it's very expensive to start. And I think what it's kind of evolved into now is it's taking advantage of you gambling. And that's not what we wanted to do. That was my main thing when I started realizing that it's now just a bunch of people taking advantage of people who have money spending problems. Like, I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part about that. And that really, it's hard to say because like at the beginning, like you obviously know how it works. It is, at the end of the day, it's a gamble. But like, that wasn't really the intent. Like my Evo 10, I listed it for sale and it was just like, especially for me, for anybody who's an influencer, it's impossible to sell anything on Facebook. Like you have to sell my cars on Facebook.
The ones that have successfully sold have been
you, Garen, or Ant have to sell my stuff for me because people will see my name and immediately think, okay, no credit, like discredit because it's Evan Shanks.
Oh yeah.
Or it's he's asking too much money because it's Evan Shanks. Or so, insert
There's
influencer
a stigma
name.
around a YouTuber being
Really, really bad. So I actually have to get other people to sell stuff for me. And so I tried that, excuse me, and my SC300 was my first kind of go at selling something. And man, I can't believe how little amount of money I got for that car.
Yeah.
That car's probably worth 25, 30 grand now. Unbelievable. And I remember people saying like, oh, you're asking $11,000 for it. Like, dude.
Such a YouTuber.
Crazy. Anyways, so with that in mind, I tried to sell the Evo 10 because I'm like, I want content to make.
Yeah.
But I need cars gone. I need the space.
Yeah.
And I need the money, at least for what the car's worth. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to try the giveaway thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to put my Evo 10 out there because it's a really cool car. I had no use for it because I already bought the R35. Mm-hmm. Had no use for the car. Just wanted it gone. But I'm like, you know what? The way I saw it was I'd rather this car go to a subscriber, to somebody who values the car, than somebody who's going to lowball me on Facebook and, not really cherish the car. And ironically, didn't end up that way. That car's now in a junkyard.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
But that's the thing. Like, my idea of the whole giveaway thing was... That was my intent. And so we quickly realized that it was, it was a profitable way to give you guys the cars that I've worked on and get a bunch of merch out there. Because really, at the end of the day, like I said, we want you guys wearing our merch.
It's all marketing.
It's, people, when you go to a Formula Drift event, I want you in a 5.3 shirt over, a Hunt & Co. or an LZ shirt just because that's my brand. But I don't, again, no slight.
Love our friends.
Love you, obviously. But it's like, I want to see my shirt out there, every time. That's just how it is. So that was a great way to get a bunch of merch out there. And so we started doing a few more giveaways. And long story short, I suppose, before we dive into the really deep aspects of it, it was just like, it started to trickle. And I was like, dude, it feels like at some point, for me, I feel like at some point, one, I'm just taking advantage of people. And two, I'm not building any cars for me anymore.
Yeah.
I'm literally like most of my time. And honestly, I kind of credit sort of a downfall over the past couple of years to doing giveaways because I focused so hard on building cars that I was never even going to keep
And I think people caught on to that.
All my other stuff got put on the back burner.
Yeah.
And it was kind of weird too, because all the money I was making was also going towards these giveaways, like the BRZ, the GTI. I mean, we spent so much money, and like we made money back on it, but it wasn't enough to continue my personal builds.
Yeah.
It was enough in my eyes to buy another giveaway car and do something else. But
yeah,
I don't know. It started getting into a funk, and then on top of that, it just got so popular,
so oversaturated
that it was just less. There's less drive to do it. It's just there's so many people doing it, and every YouTuber, every influencer, and their mom, not even influencers now, do it. So there's just a lot. And so again, I've talked to a lot of influencers and companies that do it. There's no hard feelings. I'm not saying anything bad about anybody. And it's very interesting. I want to talk about this. A lot of times people ask about, well, why isn't Florida included? Why isn't New York included? Or why is it only CONUS? Or why isn't Canada and Mexico and European over there? Why are they not included? And it's because of gambling laws. So a lot of times we didn't have, and you can speak to this if you want, a little bit more than I do, but like Florida, we don't have to talk about the whole bonding thing, but
that's what
that is what it is. Yeah. But it's like you have to basically pay the state of Florida and New York X amount of days ahead.
Yeah.
What the cars or whatever.
The value, you have to get a bond where if you fall through it, I mean, it's great for the citizens of Florida and New York. But like we would have to buy a bond saying if for some reason we fell through on our end and didn't provide the car to that winner in that state, that we are then bonded by this monetary amount to pay them.
And that sounds bad that we're like, that we didn't do that, but it was also, you have to do it a certain amount of days, like exactly amount ahead. Like,
there was a lot of hoops to jump through.
So it wasn't we were scared to be bonded in a state by any means. Obviously everybody got their cars or the money, whatever they were doing.
Yeah.
But
you had to have it like 60 days ahead. You had to have the exact VIN number of the car. And sometimes we had the giveaway planned, but we didn't have the car in hand.
Yeah. And so like a lot of times we bought the car like 15 days before it started, hid it for 2 weeks and worked on it for a little bit. So yeah, but a lot of times, like it's weird, but it's also, that's because gambling laws. Like, so you have to be bonded in 2 states, and the same thing goes for, Canada.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Canada's just
the import-export stuff,
that's crazy.
We didn't want to deal with. So.
But that's also the thing now. It's like, giveaways are now such a competitive space.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing international stuff, and that is a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's not worth doing that.
In my perspective, I really don't feel like international people will ever win giveaways, just from my perspective.
Well, and it's weird because, I mean, I don't know how much I should expose with this, but like I'm
going to be very careful here.
The one we're about to do, like the R330 giveaway, like that's truly a random pick. That's a random number generation. And there's some companies out there that don't necessarily do that.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm really going to say, because it's turned into a kind of a shady business. And it's just weird. So not only, I mean, all of this said, like, we had to just stop it, because it's almost like this. It's like we were, mom and pop retailer.
Yeah.
Amazon comes in, they offer, same day delivery. And it's like, well, we don't want to do that. We just want to sell groceries, or we want to sell whatever we're selling. We can't compete with that. And we don't necessarily, well, we can, but we don't want to. That's not worth our time and effort, because we have other stuff to do. It's weird, because it's like we were a mom and pop giveaway. That sounds, but it's like, it's just not, it is an aggressive market now.
Yeah.
There are some companies out there that spend $2 million in ads a month.
Yeah, it's insane.
To make sure that you see, I mean, it's crazy. It's like, and I don't know. We never put that much effort into it, because again, it wasn't that deep for us. We just wanted one of our subscribers to get, one of our cars, and
people to buy merch.
And so, I will say, it did work out really well for a couple times. We made good money on a couple of them, which obviously, like, that's just you buying our merchandise anyways. It helps us, and we turned around and used that money for a lot of stuff. It helped build the shop, and so obviously, it's just how business works. But I don't think it's how we wanted business to work. We didn't want to do business that way. And so now we're going back to just selling merchandise per usual, business as usual.
Yeah.
And we're just trying to make cool stuff and have people wear our
I always thought it's like every company now, they're like, if you order this weekend, or if you have this status, or if you do this or that, you get 10 times, and you get 50. Like, I see people doing like 100 times
There
entries.
started being, yeah, it's
which
like the
again is just a
loopholes.
marketing tactic.
There's a lot of marketing ploys. I mean, there's just started being added so many loopholes where it's like, dude, what?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy. I mean, the giveaway space is wild. Actually, this is a good point to stop. We have our first sponsor for the podcast. It should be no new information to you that data brokers sell your information to scammers, spammers, or anybody else that may want to target you. Your full name, your home address, your health records, your relatives, it's all out there on the internet. That's why I've been using Aura, who is the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests for me. Doing this can reduce the amount of spam you get, but it also can protect you from hackers that can use this sensitive information of yours. It also monitors the dark web, and it can see if any of your personal information has been leaked, like emails, passwords, social security numbers. It can monitor your credit accounts and alerts you to suspicious activity, and that's a huge one. They offer a one-click secure VPN, which is fantastic. I personally use the VPN because I don't like people watching every single thing that I do. It can scan your devices for malware, allow you to set parental controls. It automatically requests removal of your information from various data broker lists and people search websites. I don't think you guys realize how much of your information is out there. I'm not even going to say do me a favor. Do yourself a favor and head to Aura and sign up today. They are offering a 14-day free trial. It's absolutely free. If you go to aura.com/EvanShanks today, you can start your 14-day free trial. That's aura.com/EvanShanks. Protect yourself, protect your family. You have no idea how crucial it is to take this step. Guys, it is absolutely free. Do yourself a favor and just give it a shot. Thank you to Aura for sponsoring. Yeah. You think about it, and it's the same reason casinos exist, because people like to gamble. I mean, it's the reason why what's the Super Bowl? What's the
Powerball?
Powerball. Reason the Powerball exists. Like, okay, it's like you think to yourself, oh, it's only $5, could win a car. Some people do that many times a day, every day, and they do whatever they can to try and win a sweepstakes. There was
one, I can't remember. I think it was for like the GTR giveaway. There was one name I popped up because I fill every order that comes in. Mm-hmm. I kept seeing.
I'm not allowed to. I have.
You messed up way too many orders to do
bad
anything.
ADD. I can't focus.
Yeah, but no, there was this one name where it's like every day I was fulfilling a new order for this name, and I was like, is this the same person? So I pulled up his account on the website. And what was weird about it is he, over the span of all his orders, he ordered like every size and every shirt. So that's what was so weird. I'm like, you're not even ordering like large. It's like, how much can I buy?
And I started getting convicted about that because I obviously didn't see the orders because you did that, but I would see the statistics and you would tell me, you would share that kind of stuff with me. And I just started thinking, I was like, dude, I mean, I want you guys, I would love if you guys would buy my merch every single day. If you want to buy 30 of these shirts or, whatever we have, then absolutely do it. But it's like, dude, I see somebody that's so desperate to scratch the itch of their addiction. I'm like,
I think the guy spent like $2,000 or $3,000.
I know. And I started like getting convicted. I was like, I don't want to feed the addiction of anybody. Yeah. If you're addicted to watching some badass YouTube videos, gotcha all day, dude. But like, it's the same. I don't know. I mean, it was hard. As much as I loved the money and I loved the aspect of, being able to, in the early days at least, make some good money, sell a bunch of merch. Towards the end, I was like, oh, this is legit turning into a gambling service. Yeah. So I don't know. I started feeling weird about it. Mm-hmm. And that was it was major red flag for me. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to cut it out. But also it was just not, and it also just started not to be worth the effort. And
when I was going to say, kind of going back to your channel too, is like this year we're wanting to do stuff different. We're wanting to get back to old school Evan Shanks stuff. And kind of like you said, for 2 or 3 years now, it seems like every car on the channel was a giveaway car.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, it's funny, people even say on cars that you're currently bringing onto the channel for the first time, like the R34, comments started coming up saying, don't get attached, it'll be a giveaway car.
Yeah.
Don't get attached, it'll be a giveaway car. And so that was another,
not fun to see that, yeah.
We're like, okay, this has to stop.
It's hard because it was, I don't know, it's hard for them to see the difference of passion versus just another something money grab,
yeah.
cash grab. And that's just not what I want, man. Like, I don't know. I didn't start doing this to make money. And that's the bottom line here.
It was to sell a car that people
No, I'm talking about YouTube.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
I mean, I'll take all the money in the world I could get. I couldn't get enough money.
Who doesn't
I love
want
money.
money?
But, I wasn't doing the right things with it, I think. But I don't know. I didn't start this to make a bunch of money. It happened to be so that, we had a couple good years and stuff like that. But it's like, that's not the point for me. I needed to take a step back and go to my roots and just be like, let's find myself again. Let's have some real fun, pursue drifting. At least that's what I'm currently very passionate about.
Yeah.
And there's been a loss of passion, I think, in a lot of these, my channel in particular. I'll just say this for me. Could be for a lot of other people, but my channel in particular, it's just loss of passion.
Yeah.
And I think people saw that, and I think that's a huge reason. There's many reasons, I think, for the drop in views, but I think that, like, a lot of people just saw that I wasn't completing anything. I wasn't finishing anything of my own.
And the stuff that did get completed didn't stay around.
But that was also another reason why we did so many giveaways towards the end, though. It's like I realized that I spent all my money on the giveaways. Not necessarily all my money, but it's like, well, now the only way to get more money is to get rid of the cars that currently do run so that I can fund what is currently happening or to live and pay the mortgage. And so it got into a weird sort of spiral to where I was just like, well, we need a little bit of money. Let's give away this car because I don't drive it and don't feel like selling it. And so, I don't know. It just got so weird. Yeah. Especially after we did the Supra. Like halfway through the Supra giveaway, I was just like, this feels wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't regret giving away the Supra because the car sat in my garage for 3 years.
Yeah.
I drove it hard. The car was fantastic. I mean, it's a great car.
I think it sat untouched for a year and a half.
It's a great car for the next guy, but whoever, the guy that won it, but it's like, just didn't, I don't know. It's a...
Well, can I talk about that too?
Sure.
The guy, so another thing is, the guy that won the Supra.
Yeah.
Which and maybe you don't know, but like when you win, you have to fill out all the legal paperwork that you accept this as winnings, and those winnings go on your taxes. Mm-hmm. And so now
it's reported as income.
It's reported as income.
If you win a $60,000 car, you have just made $60,000
in a car.
And you have to now pay taxes based on that $60,000. So random.
Yeah, and so I think a lot of people, especially at the beginning of giveaways, they didn't understand that you have to pay taxes on the car and all this kind of stuff. And the Supra winner, actually, he was on the edge about it initially because he's like, I don't know, that's like really expensive and all that kind of stuff. And then he ended up accepting after thinking on it for a day or two. And then we get an email back saying, hey, this like doubled my tax bracket. And
it says that clearly.
And
in the
I was
thing.
like, well, you knew that because we had
he
emails.
Did, yeah, he did.
We had emails going
and
back and forth.
And this is nothing
about
against this guy. This is just transparency. Again,
about giveaways.
Full disclosure. And that's another reason. And a lot of people will probably say, well, you guys stopped giving cash with your giveaway. You're also taxed on the cash that you get, dude.
Yeah.
Half these giveaways, like they're like a Lamborghini. Okay, so you get a let's say you get an Aventador with $60K cash. That's still not damn near enough money to pay for the taxes and it bumps you up a tax bracket too.
Yeah.
So guess what? If you win a $400,000 car, you have to now pay 40% taxes like everybody else that makes $500,000 in a year.
Yeah.
So, you now have to pay. So you win a $400,000 Lamborghini. You're now in a new tax bracket. Congratulations. You have to pay what's 40% of 500K? That's
175 or so, or no, 220ish.
Yeah, I don't know why I just had a freaking stroke. It's $200K. 200,000
ish, yeah.
$200,000. So you don't have to pay $200,000 in taxes, or option B, got to sell the dream car that you just got off the thing. And so it's rough because like it's kind of it's not even kind of, it's turned into a really shady industry.
Yeah.
It's a really shady industry. And that's why I wanted to give the 330 away, because I'm like, dude, whoever wins this, it's good.
I think we wrote it at $5,000.
It's a $5,000 car. Really, it's probably worth a little more than that. But it's like, dude, that's how much I spent on the car. It's how much I spent on the car. I added some stuff to it. Didn't add any value.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, you guys are gonna be able to drive it, and it wasn't even like a cash grab giveaway. It was just like you know what? Let's just do one more. This is it. I want to end on this note. You guys get it. Something super cool out of it.
Yeah, it's like it got to a point where some people are like giving away 2 cars, and it's not like win this or that, but it's like you win 2 cars and this cash. Or like even around Christmas and holidays, it's like you get a TV and an Xbox, and like you get this whole garage full of stuff. And I'm just like,
yeah,
I don't know. We've seen the bad side of it where people are like, I didn't know this, and I can't afford this, and I don't know. I just was like, I'm done.
Yeah, it was hard towards the end, to be honest. It was really cool. It's like one of those things that like it was good while it lasted, you know?
Yeah.
It really, because at the beginning, like our intent was pure. Obviously, again, we wanted to make money. That we knew that was the bottom line, but it's like we want one of you guys to be in one of our cars, and it's just it's wild to me that it's turned into so many different things. But it's like here's a PS5. Here's something that you can't have. Buy some merch, and it's like, dude, this you just made this company $200,000 off of a PS5.
Yeah. It's
like, okay, just go to the casino. Really, okay. So I want to say this: like, can't hate the player, hate the game, whatever. It's a market. People are going to take advantage of it. It's a business. Like, it's a business. I'm not going to hate on anybody doing the business.
Not everybody's shady. But not everybody has bad intentions. Yeah.
But I want to make it very clear that I'm not saying anything bad about anybody doing this. This is just a generalized thing that we've seen in the market of giveaway, which is crazy to think about, that there is literally a giveaway market. But
there are companies like that, not even though companies that
there are multi-million-dollar companies that give away cars.
Yeah. Well, no, I was
wake up, people! Put your tinfoil hats on. No,
I was going to say there's companies not doing the giveaways, but that host and run the giveaways. It's like you hire this third-party sweepstakes company.
You're now making people that used to just print shirts all the time millions of dollars as well, because they're not making tons of merch. So I get whatever. It's going into GDP, and it's scamming the little guy, whatever you want to call it. Not scamming, but you know what I mean. And that's anyways. So you guys wanted to know why we stopped doing giveaways. Really, ultimately, it was a conviction on my behalf. Like that was the bottom line.
Yeah.
I felt wrong. Because it went from a cool way to interact with people and sell your merch to a cash grab. And there's nothing wrong with that, because if you're doing it successfully, then obviously people don't care. But it's more of a personal thing for me. I don't know. I didn't want to do business like that, and that's it. There's no shade being thrown. There's nothing. So I know this is I'm sure somebody's going to take this the wrong way or say whatever, yada, yada, but I just didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
With all that in consideration.
Again, everything on your end, your channel, we're going in a different direction going forward. So
bottom line is, done with giveaways. And I also would really prefer to just focus on my own cars, because I've built a lot of cool cars over the years that I wish I could have done some more stuff with. Mm-hmm. And I just didn't get to utilize them the way that I wanted to. But you live and you learn. Things change, and I have learned a lot through the giveaway stuff, and I've made good relationships. I've broken relationships I need to break off, and it's like I've learned a lot, grown a lot through that stage of my life. But I think that era is over.
Yeah.
And if we can figure out how to get support without having to tie a car to it, it's like cool. So with that being said, if you feel the need to support us, you're not going to win a car, but you can win a really cool shirt to your door if you buy a shirt at 53supply.com. That's our only outlet. I've said that a few times, but that's our only outlet. We don't have any Patreon. We don't have anything like that. We're not to the point where we're begging for money yet, so. No, I'm just playing. That was a hot take. I'm sorry. I always think the Patreon's funny, but honestly, I'd probably do it too. I probably should, probably could. I don't know.
Yeah.
I misunderstand it, but I don't really get it. Whatever. Either way, you have any more closing things? If I said too much, do I need to shut up?
No.
That's good.
No, I think that perfectly puts everything in perspective. What happened, why we're stopping, and where we're going.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. So yeah, we wanted to give you our perspective without, at nobody else's expense. So this is again, no shade thrown. But
yeah. As always, if you have any questions or topics that you want us to talk about, put it in the comments or put it on Spotify. I think there's a Q&A below this. So let us know what you want to hear more of or things we haven't talked about.
Yeah.
But.
Hope you enjoy our transparency. Again, these are the fireside conversations that we have. And, these are the things that she and I talk about as a married couple and as business owners. And so it's like, why not come out and just be a little transparent and talk to you guys a bit. So that is our goal, and that is what we're doing. We love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Again, we're on, I don't know if we're on Apple yet because we're still waiting, but we're on Spotify,
and YouTube.
And make sure you guys follow our Instagrams. We have an Instagram for the ShanksCast. And we appreciate your support in any capacity. We are very thankful for you guys, and we will do this as long as we can. We promise.
Thanks for hanging out with us today.
We love you all. Peace out.
Bye.